broken, Homiro.
Dime.
Yeah.
Your voice gets broken.
Broken?
Mm-hmm.
What's broken?
Your voice, like you,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It goes in and out.
yeah. Have you changed your location at home? Just Wi-Fi signal?
The Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Today we are in the Open Like Project guest speaker series. Today we have a special guest speaker. Her name is Smith. She's a classical trained artist, and our research mentor, Dr. Bosogi, is going to introduce Libby for today's speaker.
I could not hear you. So should I speak talking?
Yes.
Oh,
Your turn.
oh, it's my turn.
Your
Hello,
turn.
everybody. Thank you very much for attending. It's my great pleasure to introduce to you our wonderful speaker, Libby Smith. I'm going to share with you her bio. Libby has been a classically trained artist for over more than 29 years, specializing in portraiture and figurative. She loves to paint in oil and watercolor, but also uses many other mediums to express her intentions. One thing that makes Libby a bit different is that she's visually impaired. She lost most of her sight about 15 years ago. Yet her work has increased in skill and beauty since. She recently has been losing sight quickly, so she has worked constantly trying to paint as much as possible, memorizing the world while she still can. She knows time is short and has been transitioning quickly into sculpture and pottery while she still is able to set things up for her convenience. It has been a very painful and frustrating transition to start over as a beginner in a new medium, but she is determined to continue creating. Always specializing in portraits and figurative, she has branched out to include more subjects to celebrate the vibrancy of our planet and its inhabitants. Her latest oil series, which is called Magical Beings series, celebrated the magic in every human being. Knowing that her time is limited, Libby has been painting fervently the subject matter nearest to her heart, and that is the beauty of humanity. She knows the magic that resides in every one of us. Unfortunately, her sight is almost gone and painting is getting to be very difficult. So every creation now is treated as if it's her last. She's pouring everything into her final oil paintings. Everyone considers her work realistic, but she sees it as an abstract. She can only see at about 1 inch away, which is an extreme close-up of every brush stroke. When she steps away, the painting disappears, blurring into the background. She uses her phone to take photos so she can get the entire image within her 1 inch viewing distance. In the average painting, she will take hundreds of photos just trying to see what she has painted. Lately, Libby has been experimenting using a more tactile medium in preparation for total loss of her sight. It has been a very frustrating and long road, searching for a way to continue, but knowing it will be like stepping back to square one after 40 years of work actively trying to master oils. Libby is still a beginner in clay and is trying to figure out where she wants to take it. She's also planning a series where she will be painting only what she actually sees. This will document a portrait painter's journey into blindness called Through My Eyes. She's planning to document the upcoming series on her Patreon account. Libby was also featured in the Orlando Art magazine. It's called Voyage Mia, as well as on the front page of the Orlando Sentinel. Her art has been published on a book cover, as well as in a book documenting the 35 by 35 show, which is a permanent collection in a museum in Athens, Greece. With this bio, now I would like to ask Libby to please talk to us about herself and her life experiences.
Hi, thank you so much. Let's see. Okay. I can't see the screen at all, so hopefully I am in it. I'm trying to sit still, so I'm a wiggle worm. So if I get off the screen, just let me know. I haven't painted in since October, and it's the longest I've ever been without painting. But where it started, I've always been an artist, always. I started coloring and drawing my sister's 4 years older than me, and she hated me by the time I was 4 because I would draw Barbie and then color her while my sister's using a coloring book. And she wouldn't color with me anymore after that. I started winning awards when I was in grade school. The nuns would take away my drawings while I was drawing in class and then enter them in contests, and I would get punished for drawing in class. And then I would win an award for something I got punished for, which I always found interesting. So it's just something I've always done. My grandfather is the one who encouraged me to keep going no matter what. He was a writer and a theologian writer. He was a preacher also, but he wrote a lot of papers that were published. And he would sit me in his massive library, floor to ceiling books at the desk in the middle and tell me, write something. And then I would have to, of course, make a cover for it, my favorite part, and illustrate it. And so I would sit there, and it was the best weekends when I could stay there and write and draw. And he would look at it and he'd say, your trees look like trees. I'm like, yeah. And he says, well, my trees look like roads and my roads look like trees. So he encouraged art. When I was like 10, teachers noticed I couldn't see and sent me to get my eyes examined at the base and found out that I have a very rare eye disease. I was the 7th diagnosed case. And I was a case study for Shands forever. People would line up to come see my eyes outside. And it would be so painful. The examination's super painful. And they would may I see your eyes? Thank you. May I see your eyes? Thank you. And they would come in and out. And so I would have weekly, very painful appointments, shots in my eyes where they would actually literally lift the eyeball up with a needle and shoot a needle of prednisone behind the eye. So it was all very, we always knew I was going to lose my vision. We always knew, but we didn't know when. It was so rare. Nobody knew anything. Then I started getting cataracts from all the prednisone I was taking. I was taking 16 pills a day of prednisone, tons, and took it for 2 years. And that caused arthritis and cataracts and stuff like that. So when they did the operation on my good eye so I could drive, that surgery failed and my good eye turned into muck. So I lost my license at 34. And so, and I had a small child. I had a 15-year-old or 13-year-old at the time, I think, something like that. And she, we had no way of going to the grocery store or anything. And we lived out in the woods. And it was hard. I called her my seeing-eye child. I actually had to drive the country road to get to back way to get to a store just so we could eat. It was nerve-wracking. And then as soon as my daughter could drive, we got her a license so she could drive. And she's amazing. She's my biggest support. She has encouraged me to keep going, keep fighting at every turn. She was always there for me. And so the losing the license, losing the freedom was the hardest part, but until recently. For the magical beings, I had lost all my vision one night, and it happens, but it usually only happened for a minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes at the most, something like that. And then one day it was gone and it went black for 16 hours. And I was thinking that was the end of my sight and I should have done more. I didn't do what I wanted to do. I was lazy and I just didn't work hard enough. And I didn't succeed, in my opinion. And I had regrets, huge regrets. So I got my vision, part of my vision back 16 hours later. And I went head on into a show. Like I worked nonstop. I did 22 paintings at once, all lined up. And as soon as I would push one a little bit, as the paint got wet, I'm on to the next one. And I just rotated them. So by the time I came back around to the first one, it was dry. So I could keep working. And I did 22 paintings in like 6 months. I think it was 6 months. And I had a big show. And that was rough. But I felt really good about the show. And I got a lot of paintings that I really was proud of. And then recently, within like, I'd say about 8 months, 6 months, it's going really fast. And it's been really, really hard. And the hardest part is I'm not allowed to talk about it. I have friends who would say stuff like, oh, I don't want to hear about you being blind. Oh my God, don't say anything. You know, every time I have a conversation with you, you bring it up. And I'm like, well, you're pointing at something and you're saying, look here. And I say, I can't see it. Oh, I don't want to hear about it. And I want to bring that up because it's hard. It's really hard. And I am grieving the loss of my life. This is my entire life since 4 years old. It's all I've ever done. And it's a grieving process. It's deep grief. And I wanted to post this. I'm sorry, but I just got the link. I want to make sure people, friends and stuff can see. So it's a very, very big grieving process. And it would be like me going to somebody and saying they had just lost the love of their life for the last 50 years. Because this is the love of my life. Color is the love of my life. And sorry, baby. And me telling you, I don't want to hear about it. Oh my God, that's all you talk about. I can't imagine doing that to somebody. So if somebody is losing something dear to them, it could be a pet, I don't care. Support them and hug them and tell them, you know, because sometimes we're going to just need a hug because our whole life is ending. But it's not ending totally. If I could grieve, I could move on, move forward and keep working. And it's that not ability to grieve, I think that's keeping me back for 6 months now, or 5 months. And it's hard. It's really hard. My husband, partner, he's around the corner. He has got me a new magnifying glass, hoping that I'll start again. And I did. I started sketching again. And I haven't really used the magnifying glass, but knowing it was there, that if I got a painting idea that I really want to do, I can try with the magnifying glass. I can try. I don't want to give up. I just don't want to give up. I am doing clay at the same time right now, though. I am switching to clay, but I am not happy with what I'm doing yet. And I'm not sharing because I'm just not happy with it at all. I'm still learning basic stuff, how not to make it crack, stuff like that. Getting the thicknesses right, getting the glazes and the textures that I want to have for my pieces, and go back to being a professional artist. Right now, I'm a beginner and I know it. And it's like stepping all over again to stage one. And I see my paintings and I'm like, but I used to. The last painting I did, this is actually the last painting I did, but the painting right before that was the little girl holding the world. It's called Through a Child's Eyes. Soho Gallery was showing my artwork, and that painting sold. And it was like ripping my heart out to sell it, because I finally hit that piece that all of us artists want. That if I died today, I could die with no regrets. I could be happy. That was my no regret painting. And it feels really good that I hit that, but I'm not ready to stop. Even though I hit it, I'm still not ready to stop. I still want more. So I keep looking for encouragement. I mean, as much as I can get, just anywhere I can find it, to get up and go work. Because when I look at it and I can't see it, I cry. I went to the Van Gogh exhibit that came here in town. And I was like, it covers walls. I'm going to be so happy. The Impressionists are like my favorite style. I am going to be like over the top happy because I can get up close and it's an entire wall. And that's when the day I realized how bad it went. I couldn't see any of it. None of it. There was nothing there. And I took a lot of photos because that was the only way I can see something, is to get it in a little 1-inch square that I can put up against my eyeball. And that's how I paint. I pretend it's canvas. I will actually put it against my eyelashes. I get paint in my eyelashes and I slide the paintbrush between my eyelashes and the painting, and I paint like this now because I won't give up. I know it's time, but I can't. Not yet. Not yet. I'm not ready. I don't know if we're ever ready. So, I think when the clay starts coming together and I'm happier, I'm trying to incorporate painting with my clay where I can be happy. And as soon as I find that happy spot, I'm going to put my brushes down for canvases and move forward. But until that moment hits, I'm going to be clinging heavily to my oils, because that is my love. So as far as like adaptive, I never go anywhere without headphones. Blind people, oh my God, we need these. These are the most amazing things, because we can hear the rest of the world. They go in front of our ear, not in our ear. So we can still hear the rest of the world around us, but they don't have to hear our telephone talking to us. And because it's really embarrassing to me sometimes, it's when I'm putting private information in my phone, or I'm listening to private information like doctors' forms and stuff like that, and it's reading it out loud for everybody to hear. And I found those, and it's like, they're amazing. The telephone, blind people's best friend. And for those, there's a lot of people who say, okay, you're blind, how do you use your phone? Again, 1 inch, eyelashes touch. And there's a system of things. Our phones read to us. Our phones will tell us everything that's on the screen. And you just, whenever something that you hear, what you want, you double tap and it will pull that thing up. There's a lot that we do that so people won't try to heal us. A lot of people are like, have you tried St. John's Wort? I have a doctor. And you just smile, go, thank you. I hadn't thought about going to a doctor. I'm amazed at the things people will say. It never makes me angry. I mean, I see a lot of people who get angry, and I don't see very many blind people get angry about that. We are pretty much a whole, hey, people are funny type of people. We pretty much roll with all the punches because we have to, and we crack jokes. Hey, did you see that? You know. But it does hurt when I go to like the store and somebody tells you, hey, like you asked for a bathroom. This has happened to me. I went into a store and I said, do you know where the bathroom is? I mean, I need to use your bathroom. Where is it? And they go, it's over there. Over there. I've got a cane in my hand. I'll lift it up so you can make sure they can see the red. And I say, okay, I can't see. Can you use left, right, forward, some description? Because I don't know where over there is. Oh my God, it's over there. I'm like, are you pointing? If you're pointing, please point to the direction. Tell me the direction that you're pointing. And they never got it. And some guy finally stepped in. That was the employee. Some guy stepped in and said, hey, it's straight ahead. And you're probably going to take like 10 steps and then it's on your left. Thank you. Thank you. But people don't think, and they get very frustrated with you when you can't perform like everybody else. So I do have really, really sweet friends. I don't get to see them anymore since COVID. I don't drive. I can't get out. And I did go to, this is a big one for me lately. One of the reasons why I stopped painting is I went to a gallery opening and it was kind of busy. And I was standing there and people started coming around me, asking me questions. And normally my partner is pretty much very close to me. And he wasn't there. He was talking to somebody else. And he was just behind the crowd. But the crowd kept moving in. And for me, a crowd looks like a busy wall that moves. It's just like constantly like, hey, just look like this to you. And there's nothing. You can't focus on anything. And people are talking and it's loud. I got so scared that I was like huddling and trying to, you could see I was petrified and nowhere to go. And I was surrounded. And I don't think I've been that scared in a while. Like my heart's racing and I just started crying. Tears started falling down my cheeks. And I'm like, baby, where are you? Zach, I'm calling for him. And people are like looking at me wondering, what the hell? And it makes, I realize that art openings are going to be very, very difficult. and I can't do them alone. I have to have somebody beside me. So that's essentially my journey. Anybody have any questions? Please feel free to ask.
Thank you very much, Libby, for sharing with us your experiences. I made notes of some of the things you mentioned. You are a very gracious person that you still call those people friends, because when you talk about people that when you start telling them about losing your sight, they are responding you like that. Oh my God, I won't call them friend. You are a gracious person. I
don't think it was mean-spirited. I think they just don't get it. I don't think they don't get how big it is. So I don't think it's mean-spirited. I really don't. These are people I really do love. So I'm not going to be mad at them for it. Like I said, we're pretty much easygoing crowd. The blind people, I haven't met a blind person with an attitude yet, except for like sarcastic, funny.
I understand, but as I'm also aging and getting a more experienced person, I start to realize the value of empathy that some of us have inside us. And for me, it has become like a decision-making point for for trusting a person or making a friend. Does this person, not necessarily empathy toward me, but empathy toward, human being, because we don't have to have exact experience of each other, but the fact that we can imagine, I can imagine myself how you are going through, and putting myself in your shoes and trying to see the world from your perspective and understand your suffering and pain and listen to you. I think that's something that all of us need to work on it.
Me included. I mean, I know it is making me more aware that other people have things in their life that they're not sharing, and they're going through a lot. And the one thing about being blind is I thought people were angry at me all the time. Oh my God, he doesn't like me. Oh my God, she doesn't like me. She's so mad at me. Why is she so upset? What did I do? What did I do? My sister figured it out. My sister told me, she says, oh my gosh, you can't see their face. They're smiling. They're giving off the face. You hear them. You're hearing their emotions, and because you have no other cues. And because I can't see a face anymore.
Right.
And so I'm hearing them. And so when I hear their anger because they've had a bad day, or I hear they're upset because something happened in their lives, automatically I was just like going, I did something. It was my fault. And my sister figured that one out. It makes it a lot easier to exist now.
Sure. So in your, as you were talking, you made a statement about the doctor smiling at you. I didn't understand. What was the point you were trying to make? Was it about the same thing that you just said about you not being able to see people's expression?
Do you remember when I said that? I don't remember what I was saying.
You were trying to make a point, but I didn't get the point. I thought I'll ask you again. Okay. Okay.
I'm scatterbrained. My thought processes are everywhere, so I could have just lost it.
There was one thing that you said it tonight that you said the same thing previous time we talked, and you should know that I remember this sentence you said, it just, because it affected me and I thought about it. And I actually told this to many friends and family, that a person who is visual, has visual problem said this, and that makes me really wonder. And that's the thing that you said. People who can actually see, they seem that we can lose our temper much easier. We get aggressive, we get angry, we curse. But you are saying, like, it's like, but you also, on the other hand, I haven't seen, an angry blind person. It's like my encounter with these individuals, they were calm and peaceful. And what you said that night really made me wonder, what is this? They don't see this, and still they have this inner peace, that why we don't have it. And so anyhow, and you said this again tonight, so I just wanted to say that yeah,
I think one of the reasons might be blind people essentially are, most of them, not all of them, some are very active, but most of them are locked away in the homes. How many blind people do you see? How many blind people have you met? Because there's a lot of us, but you're not really seeing them, are you? I mean, you don't see a lot of white canes. You don't see a lot of like dogs. The reason is because we're locked in our homes. We can't leave our homes. We make almost nothing on Social Security, and we just a Lyft ride to the doctor is $50 because they send you all the way to Maitland from across the other side of Orlando. And we just can't go out. It's hard. We have to arrange for rides. We have to beg for rides. We don't like begging. All of us have lost all our freedoms. Begging is the last thing we want to do. We won some independence. And so when we do get out and we do see people, oh my gosh, we're all so happy. We're like, people, oh, come talk to me. So maybe that's why. I don't know. So I that's just a guess. I know that's how I am. I get overly excited when I get to talk to people because I don't talk to people. I don't see people. It could be a month or two or more before I actually get to see a human being besides my husband. So,
like a social tendency or maybe a bias that isolates the visually impaired community.
Right. The elderly is the same. There is a elderly where they're disabled elderly where they can't, it's hard for them to get out. Very hard. It's not just a matter of they can't get out, but there's a lot of them that are in wheelchairs. It makes it much more difficult, and it makes it difficult to get rides. And they're disappearing in their homes. Their whole lives are just, they're disappearing. I'm disappearing. I don't want to disappear. I'm too vocal to disappear. I'm, and I keep fighting just to be seen. And I think I think a lot of people give up. That the fight, it's a hard fight, and they just give up. And I want to be seen. I want my art to be seen. So I'm fighting for my art more than me. So, yeah, that was actually something I really wanted to bring up because there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us, and we are stuck at home. If you have a friend who is blind, if you have a friend who is disabled, get them out. It's the biggest thing you can do. It doesn't even have to be anything. You could go to the park and sit, but get them out of the house because we pace. We pace our houses. And if you can't walk, you roll because that's all we got. I call it my pretty prison. My house is my pretty prison.
Thank you for sharing this because we want to improve as a society, and I'm sure that this will bring awareness to many people, and we want to improve. Libby, we have a question from YouTube. It's
Sure.
from Rich Magnat. He says, how is the transition into a new art form going?
Sucks. It's not good. I think I'm fighting against it tooth and nail because I really want to paint more than anything in life. I want to paint. I mean, it's what I'm good at, and I'm not good at clay yet. I do okay. I mean, I do have a couple pieces that are beautiful, but I don't know what to do with them yet. I haven't, like, I made this beautiful sculpture. It is stunning, and I still have not fired it. So it's really delicate, and I can't show you because it's really, really delicate. And until it's fired, but I don't know what I want to do. So I'm afraid of firing it until I know how I want to treat it. I don't know if I want to do an underglaze or painting on it, or just leave it, or dunk it and glaze it, or I have no idea. I'm not familiar enough, and I know I have the skills to do really great pieces, but I don't have the skill enough to do surface texture. Yeah, not texture, but surface decorations, like color, how not get your glaze to crackle, and how not to little pieces that you add on, they might crack, and just a lot of stuff like that you have to learn. That's a whole new thing. I don't have that with this. I just put my brush down and go. But I've been doing it forever, and I just have to learn all the rules. Once I learn all the rules, you learn how to break them. But I don't know them yet. I'm listening carefully though. I'm studying nonstop and taking every class I can take. So I get the rules so I can be great. I want to be great. It's my goal in life.
That's a noble goal.
It's a selfish goal, I think, but I don't care. It makes me happy, and it makes other people happy, and I want a happy world. Mm-hmm. So yeah. I'm good for it. Mm-hmm. So I like to make people smile. Mm-hmm. That makes me smile and makes everything okay. So
I agree with you. I have the same goal. Do we have any other question, Homiro, on YouTube?
We have other question. Mm-hmm. It is Anne-Marie Rizzo. The question is, I wonder how or if the transition you're making to sculpture, a new medium for you, has changed your choice of subject.
Changed my choice of subject? No. I've always painted people because it was the one thing I could see. I can bump into them and I can see them. I've never seen a tree. I've never seen stars. I've never seen the moon. There's a lot of things I've never seen. So I've seen them in pictures because I can pull them up on my phone. But it's not the same. I don't have the connection. I'm about to grow a garden. As soon as all the demolition is done in the house, I'm about to put in a garden, and you may see more, possibly like sculptures of my garden. I don't know, but I think that's going to start being incorporated in it because it's going to be something I can see. It'll be something I can put in my face. People, how I do it is I walk by them, I bump into their shoulder, and they will always 100% turn and look. So I'm nose to nose and I can see a face. So I've been studying faces forever, just forever. And it's the one thing I can get close enough to me to see. So I probably will always do portraits, and I will probably always do figures because I've memorized them. I could do them with my eyes closed, which I'm doing now, essentially. Any more?
How can we if anybody would be interested to purchase your arts, how can we do that? Tell us, please.
I show at a gallery called Sobo quite a bit now. I love them. They're so kind to me and they've supported me, and they're just, I love them as a gallery. I usually have a piece. I have a piece right now at their show, and then I will have a that's leaving Sunday. It's the last day I'll be there, Sunday. And then I got a new piece going in for the next show, which will be hung shortly after. And the reception will be at Sobo on the first Thursday after. I think it's the 7th. I'm bad at dates. But whatever the next Thursday is after the Sunday, that's the reception for Sobo. And you can come meet me there because I will be there. And it's one of my favorite. It's a really special piece. I like it a lot. And it's one of my magical beings is in it. Or you can go to my website. It's www.libbysmithstudio.com. All my artwork's for sale there. If there's a lot of the smaller pieces, I'll post on Instagram. They're not on my website yet. It's a lot of work, and websites in general, you're not supposed to have like everything on it. So my smaller pieces, I usually just post on Instagram, and they usually sell fairly quickly. So if you see something you like, better grab it, because like my pen and inks disappear like really fast. I do watercolors with pen and inks, and I think I only have 2 left out of a lot. And I do a commission if there's something you want. My commissions are limited right now because my vision is really bad. I will only take 1 at a time because I don't know how much longer. I'm at the end. I am at the end of what I can do. So if it's like a pen and ink or a detailed watercolor, but if it's something loose, I'm still new to that style. I would wait a little while and wait till I get really good at it. But yeah, I'll be posting the new style on my Patreon soon if I can get the guts just to do it. I'm scared of failure. And I will be posting on Instagram. Instagram is my like, if it's like for 100 or 200 or something like that, the lower end, I always just throw it on Instagram. Mm-hmm. So.
Okay. Can you please repeat what you said about the location that they are showing, and you are actually going to be there?
There, Sobo Gallery in Winter Garden. It's SOBO, all caps.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And it's in Winter Garden.
Okay.
And they're a nonprofit gallery.
Okay.
And there are beautiful people running it. Just wonderful people running it.
And when did you say you are going to be there?
Excuse me while I hide behind my phone.
Of course.
You can just look. And I don't have my headphones in right now.
So you said not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Is that what you said?
I drop off the Sunday, and it'll be there probably Monday or Tuesday. They'll hang it. But the reception is on the 7th.
7. Okay.
I will be there
Okay.
I'll be there from 5:30 to 8 at Sobo. And that's the reception.
Okay, Thursday, April 7th.
I was right then. I said it was the 7th.
Okay.
That doesn't happen often. I'm not right very often.
You will be at Sobo. Okay, I'll do my best to attend. Is it open for public?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's open for the public. Please come. I would love to, and I will not see you. So you'll have to come up to me. Anybody who wants to meet me.
Sure.
I don't care if I'm talking to somebody. Sure. Come up to me and say hi. I will be wearing a mask. So I'll be the one with a mask and glasses, and I'll have probably have my cane in case somebody walks off and leaves me. So I'll look like, I don't know what I'll look like, but you can't see. You can't, if it's a little dark person that you can't see, that's me.
I'll find you. I'll find you. No worry. Okay.
I'm thinking about painting my face on my mask, and that way you can see I have a face.
You can realize your artistic
I have very
talent on your mask. Yes.
I have very bad lungs, so I can't just go out in public without a mask on. I can't. So I have not been sick in 2 years. It's the first time ever in my entire life I have not like cracked ribs. I crack ribs when I get a cold. I get so bad for months. So it's been 2 years. I've been wearing my mask every time I go out, and not one cold in 2 years. So when somebody says masks don't work, they work. I can attest they work. So
A question from Simon in YouTube. So he says, "Hi Libby, can you talk about your relationship with music? Has the relationship become stronger for you?"
my relationship with music. Music is really special. I was a very depressed child. I went through a lot. I went through a lot of pain with my eyes. I would walk into the doctor's office and tell him, "So how are you torturing me today?" Because it was bad, and it was like weekly. And so me and music got really close, and I would belt out songs, don't care who hears them. And I love to sing, dearly, dearly love to sing my emotions. Maybe I'm not the best singer, but I don't care. I sang karaoke all the way to the Philippines. And I will always sing because I love it. I will always dance. Dance makes me happy. I can close my eyes. I don't care if the world can just go away, and I can melt into the music. When I work, I noticed I work a lot better. Lately, I've been turning on. Buckethead has a group. My husband introduced me to Buckethead, and he has a group of a lot of softer songs, and they're beautiful. There's no words. It's just him playing the guitar that is just spectacular. And so I put in a lot of Buckethead to keep me calm when I'm carving and stuff like that. It keeps me very calm and relaxed and happy. So Buckethead now is like my new go-to. It used to be Lizzo. Lizzo is my go-to. Lizzo is still my go-to if I have to do any work in the house. I will dance and I will sing, and the job gets done, and I had a good time. Thank you, Lizzo. So yeah, I think music has pretty much gotten to be everything. And if I could sing or play an instrument, I would be doing it. I would be doing it because it'd be a lot easier than what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to pretty much do the impossible. So, and it's painful.
Have you tried maybe to take some lessons, like music lessons, maybe some strings?
I took guitar lessons long time ago. I was never good at it. I enjoyed it. I played every single day, but I was never really good at it. But I very much enjoyed it. And I did have a theme. I found the area I liked. I like to pick. I don't like strumming. I don't want to strum. I don't like it. But I will pick anything, like a Spanish guitar sound. Oh, beautiful. Makes me happy. My grandfather used to play like that, and used to make me happy when Grandpa played. And my dad was a bass player. So, and my husband's a guitarist. So yeah, music's everywhere, and it is really important.
So you are connected with music.
Very, like, I guess and I didn't realize how much until like right now. And music is everything. Yeah, it's in every part of my life. And when I'm not playing music, I notice I kind of stop. I put on music and I can go again. So I need to start playing more music. Maybe that's why I'm at a stop.
What kind of music do you like to listen?
It depends on what I'm doing. I like Weird Al Yankovic. If I'm exercising, Weird Al Yankovic is my guy. That polka, man, keeps you going. It's so weird, but it makes me happy. I like any pretty much pop and rap and nothing, no country. Sorry, all you country lovers, but no country here. Except for somebody like, I mean, you gotta love Dolly just because of who she is, but I'm not a country girl. I mean, I'm a country girl, but I don't like country music. And now Buckethead. Buckethead's really cool, and he's so skilled, and I appreciate skilled people very much. And my husband also introduced me to Bumblefoot. I like Bumblefoot, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and who's the ones we went to go see? That's like Red Hot Chili Peppers. The great bass line.
Oh, Primus.
Primus is cool. I like a good bass line. I like some thump to my music. I've played tribal stuff when I'm trying to concentrate. Tantric stuff when I'm trying to concentrate or relax. It's just all music, but country. No country, no elevator music. There's my line.
Libby, when you were talking to us about your journey, you briefly said about your painful experience in Shands Hospital when you were in your around 10.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
it was bad.
and then the next thing you said about losing your good eye in your 30s. So can you help us filling this 20 years gap a little bit?
It was like weekly appointments for years.
Mm-hmm.
And at the Navy base, they wanted to do surgery, but they said that we don't know anything about it. Matter of fact, my daughter-in-law just told me like a year ago or so that my eye disease is not an eye disease. It's an autoimmune disease. We didn't know that before. We know that now. I also have macular degeneration, and they found that when I had the eye surgery, those cataracts. And so I have macular degeneration. I also have now, like 3 years ago, they said, you're going to lose it all. We also have Fuchs corneal dystrophy, and the sacs covering the corneas are disintegrating and losing all their water. They can't hold water hardly at all anymore. So they're expecting me to lose all my vision. And which they told me when I was little that I would never be that way. I took my last eye test. I went to, and he did the whole fingers thing. And it was like almost at my nose when I could see how many fingers he had. And he told me, he was afterwards, he was looking at my eyes and he says, oh my gosh, he says, you can't see. I'm like, well, I told you that. He says, no, I'm looking inside your eye. You should not be able to see the stuff you see. He said, you perceive really well. I guess it's all the years of trying to hide it. I don't wear shoes when I walk outside because I can braille the ground with my feet. Whenever I walk, my hands are to my side with my fingers splayed so I can catch my hands on anything that might be around, and so I don't get hurt. I would grab people's elbows as they pass by, just for like their shirt, their coat or something, so I can tag along and so I can feel if they take a step up or down. I use lots of tricks, and all of us do, most of us do. Because it's easier than walking around with a cane and being kind of like targeted. And some are good, some are bad. Some of the targets are like really bad. And some of them are people just being almost overly want to be helpful. And I find that endearing. I'm glad you're that way. I'd rather you be that way than mean and hateful and or worse. Blind people, disabled people are targets. I mean, you walk around with a cane, people know you can't see. You're a target. And so when that's the one thing that I have noticed on TikTok and things like that is joking about being blind and tripping people with a cane and they're not really blind and all this stuff. Our lives are hard enough. Don't make it harder. And all the people carrying dogs with them everywhere. And if your dog's not trained, like really, really trained by a professional, what that ends up doing is it's going to get us where we can't have our dogs because you wanted a pet with you. And it hurts. There's a lot of things that people do actually hurt the disabled. And it doesn't affect their life, so they don't think twice about it. And I wish they would. But don't remember what the question is again. I slid away.
Okay. I can't remember the question either. What was the question?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't get to talk to people very often.
We have one more question from YouTube. It's from Rich Magna. He says, have you tried throwing the wheel or has it been all sculpture at this point?
No, I just did some wheel throwing and it was horrible. I had a bucket full of muck. It was so bad. I had this giant bucket of about a half a bag of clay, just muck. It was nothing. Nothing came off of it good. That's when I put the bucket head, is the name of the guy. I put bucket head in my earphones and I just closed my eyes and threw 4 pieces. All 4 pieces worked. They are not great, but at least I could pick them up and move them and I trimmed them. And one of them is actually kind of cute. Baby, can you get the cup that's in there? The mug? Mm-hmm. I'll show you a piece that I just threw. So. It's very delicate because it's drying, but I made this little mug.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice. Very nice.
So yay, Rich, I made a mug.
Nice.
So yeah, again, I'm a beginner. I'm way a beginner.
How did you make those lines?
I carved them. That's my favorite part. My favorite part is the decorating them. I don't care about the mug at all. I care about the decorating stuff.
Right, but it appears like you're using your ruler. They were very strong.
No, they were just drawn. They were just hand drawn. Do you see underneath that glass is little to be very careful. They're little tiny coasters.
Wow.
And these are little coasters that I'm making. There should be 2 that are carved. And I love ocean everything. If it's in the ocean, I love it. But I did this little, I don't know, it's not fired yet, so it doesn't show up really well, but it'll be jet black when it's done. And is it close enough for you to see?
Yes.
So it's like little koi fish in a pond with little with like lily pads around it and stuff. And this one's a little easier to see. It's a seahorse.
Beautiful.
So
Wow.
it's just playing right now to see what it'll do. I am at the 100% playing stage. It's the only way if I gotta look at it as just playing, not work, because I'm so used to work. This is work. playing too, but it's my job. It's work. I love it. I love my job, but it is work. I some days my heart feels like it's being ripped out. I'm horrible. Oh my gosh, I can't do anything. This is crap. And you have to keep her, going through and keep pushing until you get to, oh my God, doesn't that look good? So I haven't got to the, oh my God, doesn't look good in sculpture yet, or throwing, pottery. I'm still at, yeah, that's okay. It'll do. I'm proud of myself. I did it. Yay. Yay me.
I hear you. I understand. But this is great. I understand your idealism, and
I'm a perfectionist, so right now everything is, it's all crap.
Right. It's not crap. For sure, they were not the pieces. The pieces you showed us, they are not crap.
So I'm gonna keep pretty much everything I do for till I'm happy, and when I'm happy, I'll start putting them up for sale. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. I want 2 different businesses going. I want pottery as one business, because I know I'll make more money in pottery than I will in sculpture. So I want pottery so I can afford to do sculpture. Because I want to do people. I want to do figures. It's my love. It is what I love. It is everything I love. And add color and I'll be over the moon.
Have you done that before, or you're starting?
I'm starting.
Okay.
I'm starting. I've got a bronze bust of my daughter, and I've got a little bust of my, it's full size, of my daughter-in-law.
Oh, so I've done it before.
I've done it, but I didn't finish it because I want something special on it. I want it more than just, hey, I did a sculpture review. I want it to be, this is a beautiful piece of artwork that shouts out who this person is. And I didn't do that yet, but I will find it. I know I'll find it. It's just a matter of doing a lot of them, and you'll find it. I think I'm going to do a bunch of sculptures. My plan is, actually, I was planning to have them started before this and demolition stuff happened, but I want to start doing like a bunch of series of small ones just to get a bunch of them through, and just glaze and carve and do whatever and just play in it for a while until I find my voice, because my voice isn't in this yet. This is my voice. Little Girl with the World was definitely my voice. The clay is still just clay. It's not mine yet. And when it becomes mine, I want to be earth shattering. I want to be great. I want to be like, this is Libby again. I'm back. So we can hope.
Can see it like a transition of expression.
Yes, it's a very hard transition. It is very hard, but it will open up a avenue of income, hopefully, too, because it would be nice if I could sell pottery also. But I want my heart in it. Right now, I'm learning so much and so fast that there's not heart, there's just technical learning. I want the heart, because even in my pottery, I want everything to say, this is me, this is my heart. Here's a piece of my heart. Take it. Cherish me, please. So.
And when you do a portrait, for example, of a person in a sculpture, do you have to touch the person's face many times, or do you memorize the person's face? How is the process?
Before I was doing it from pictures, but it's getting to where pictures are going to be really hard. So I'm almost going to have to either make up people, or I'm going to have them in front of me and touch their face. That's the only way I can think of, because I really can't see them anymore. And the pictures, I don't think I can see my phone much longer. So it's getting really hard to see anything. So I just did a sketch last night. I was really happy with it. I sent it to my daughter, so I know I have it. But I've been trying to just do sketches on my iPad just to get warmed back up, because it's been so long, and I limit myself to no more than an hour, anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour. This was about an hour, and that's the drawing I did on my iPad with 3 colors. That's only 3 colors.
This is unbelievable.
So
In 1 hour you can create this?
this is 2 colors.
Oh my God.
And this was all done in one day.
Oh my God.
Just that.
Wow.
And then just some dancers.
Wow.
That was a 10-minute.
Oh my God.
So
You're
I'm afraid I don't want to lose what I have, and I don't want to lose the memories, you know, because I have to be able to put them in clay.
Right.
So that's why I tell people I'm memorizing the world. You know, you're always like, why don't you loosen up? Why don't you do abstract? And I'm like, because it's painful for me. I mean, it makes sense to do more abstract. But for me, it is abstract. When I look at it, it looks abstract.
Yes.
But what I'm doing in the process is memorizing. I'm memorizing everything I can memorize, because that way I can put it in the clay. Because I know that's where I'm going. So I need to make sure I can take it there. So,
Libby, we have a question on the Zoom chat from Natalie. I'm reading her question.
okay.
I know you mentioned you were a vision-based artist. How has your creative vision and inspiration evolved? Tough question.
I'm having to do more stuff from out of my head, because I can't really see the pictures anymore. So a lot of stuff is coming straight out of my head. Pictures are painful. So if I'm drawing from a picture, I'm torturing myself, essentially. The last painting I did, the Frida painting that is in Soba right now, if you go see it, it's not for very long. You only have like 1 more day, I think. It was a total, pretty much most 90%, well, except for where I was drawing Frida artwork in the background, little pieces here and there. Everything was like the girl, everything was out of my head, and it became very surrealistic and more with meaning. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that's the departure I went in. And because I have limitations, I'm having to adapt. So I think what we're going to see is less things from photos and more things from the things I've memorized over time.
It's beautiful. It's all of it. It's beautiful. Thank you. And I can see that you're a perfectionist, because you're saying that your clay is not that good, but I think it's so gorgeous. So thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you. Yeah, perfectionist. Always been. I got 1 C and no B's. I got 1 C in school, and everything else was A's. So.
What was that C in? Was it?
Chemistry. And guess what I'm doing now? I'm doing chemistry. So I can make glazes. Because I want my own colors. I want my own colors. I want what I want. So right now I'm learning. I'm learning how, and then I'm absorbing everything I can. So when it's time, I will know what I'm doing so I can make what I want. So
Chemistry was my least favorite topic too.
it was horrible. Oh my God. And she was so mean.
I got the lowest grade in chemistry.
I actually got my only F in chemistry. It was on a test. I got an F. I'm like devastated. Oh my gosh. I think I went to bed for 3 days crying. As the spelling bee champion type B person, I can spell anything and I can do anything. And chemistry, nope. Math is the same way. I don't like math. Math is hard for me. It's like I'm really good at algebra. Love algebra. A's, B's, puzzles. Yay! But oh my gosh, give me an 8 and a 5, and it takes me 10 minutes to figure out what 8 plus 5 is.
So then what do you mean by algebra, that you like algebra?
I love algebra. I always loved algebra.
So what type of operation you're talking about in algebra that you
Huh?
said? What
Like
type
X plus Y equals whatever.
like solving equation?
Yeah, solving equations. I
Okay.
love algebraic equations.
Okay.
It's puzzles, and I love puzzles.
Okay. But you don't like the arithmetic, like
I don't like the math part.
okay, I see. Okay.
Don't make me add and subtract.
Didn't you tell us previous time we talked about one of your teacher that tried to teach you geometry concepts, or I'm mixing?
Yeah, I don't do geometry either.
Okay.
I'm really bad at geometry. I know the basic concepts.
Okay.
I mean, I can get like square feet and cubes and stuff like that, but you get much further than that, I'm done.
Okay.
Look, let me make it for you. I'll make you a cube. How's that?
Okay. Homiro, do we have any other question on YouTube channel?
So not in YouTube, do we have any question in the other chat?
No, we don't have any further question in chat.
Okay.
Any of the team members, Dr. Bosogi, do you have any other question?
No, I asked my question. Thank you very much, Libby. Well, you said your husband is planning to ask you a question. We didn't hear from him. But
You have a question? Baby?
No, I don't.
You want to come say hi? Stick your head in.
hi.
Hello.
Great to see you. You are lucky to live with her.
Oh, I'm very lucky.
He's so quiet and gentle natured. It works with my everything. I get too bubbly. My daughter tells me I'm too much. She said, you could be less. Just be less. We love you, but less.
No, not too much. Well, I'll definitely do my very best to come to Sobo next Thursday, April 7. I definitely.
It should be an amazing show. It's called the Top Choice Show. So, like, I'm sure it's going to be like every piece of art there is going to be amazing. Okay. So, because everybody's like got their best pieces in. Unfortunately, I had already entered my best pieces. Oh, because you can't re-enter a piece. And so I like the pieces in very much. It was one of my black fairies is in there. I see. And my daughter actually, when I was first painting fairies, she asked me, she says, Mom, why are all your fairies white? I'm like, well, it's the skin tone. I know. I mean, I just look down. I know the skin tone. It's mine. And then I thought about it, and I looked at her in shock, and I was like, I've never seen a black fairy.
Mm.
And I started thinking about these little girls who've
Mhm.
never seen a fairy in their own skin color, which
Mm-hmm.
is horrifying to
Mhm.
me. And
Mhm.
I'm like, no, we're going to do Black fairies. We're going to do Asian fairies. We're going to do Latin fairies. Let's do them all. And that's what I did. My whole show was about people that I would see, that I would turn into a fairy, so people would look deeper and see the person.
Mhm.
Because I got a comment. My mom saw the one that's in the show that I love so much. She was my screenshot forever because I really love this painting. And I thought she was so beautiful. And my mom goes, oh, she's ugly. No, she's absolutely exquisite. She is black. She is like almost blue black. She is so beautiful. And I'm like, Mom, she is the most stunning face I've ever painted. I love her. And I don't know why you just couldn't paint somebody else, because I painted the beautiful person you needed to see.
Mm.
And I put wings on her, and it was all about, I don't really paint fairies. I always tell people I don't really paint fairies. It's not my thing. I don't really paint fairies. What I paint is people, and I force other people to see who they really are. They're these beautiful, magical people. Everyone, every human being on earth is a magical person. So I put a wing on.
Mm.
I just want people to look a little deeper. So, and past skin deep at least. Geez. So
Wonderful. Wow, wonderful. Well, just looking at the clock, it's 8:23. So I think we are getting close to saying goodbye time.
okay. I'm gonna go get muddy. I'm Rich McKnack, who's made a couple comments. He's been waiting on me to be done so he could throw, because he was throwing online with other people, and I'm like, oh, you're waiting for me. So I'm gonna have to go put on some nasty clothes and be all gross so I can throw.
For how long
muddy?
For how long, let's say, you are planning to work tonight?
I don't know, till I run out of clay, probably.
Which is what, around midnight? Later? Sooner?
I don't know.
What?
I never know. If I get depressed, sometimes I just quit.
Okay.
If everything just is muck and I wasted a lot of clay, I'll just go, another day.
Okay, so how long?
If everything's going great, I don't want to quit.
Okay, so how long has been the longest time that you were doing it? 6 hours? 5 hours? It's just, I'm trying to
The longest was about 9.
Wow.
Something like that.
9 or 10 for throwing. And for sculpture,
Wow.
God, days. Just days. I'd lose myself in sculpture. I did enjoy sculpture a lot. That's why I said I need to start doing it again, because I would just lose myself. And it's like, what day is today?
Wow.
Oops.
Wow.
So, but I need to learn both. I think there's many things in pottery that I need to know so the sculpture will come out the way I want it. So I need to learn both, and I think I can learn a lot. And I think I can, maybe not be as good as some of the other people I know that I see online that are like friends of mine, like Rich. Rich throws beautiful pieces, and a lot of people. I'm on the Clayshare app, and the lady who runs it, Jessica Putnam Phillips, she's amazing and gentle teacher, and everything is about clay with kindness, and I love her classes, and I've learned so much from her online, and I pay attention to everything that woman says. And they have a group of people that, man, there's from all the way from newbies like me to really professional and you look at their work and I'm just amazed at some of these people I see. And I have friends locally, Jack Void and Jill Gase locally. I think that's how you spell her. I know how to spell it. I've never said her last name before. But are two really close friends of mine locally that their pottery is beautiful. And I love it. And one more person, and Samantha Schumacher, she's doing sculptures locally in Orlando, and her sculptures are, for somebody who's just starting, holy crap, that girl, no matter what she touches, it turns to gold. It's just beautiful. Everything she touches is beautiful. So I have a lot of people to look up to. And so that's a good thing, because I'm competitive.
I can see that, yes. And you're a perfectionist. Wow, beautiful, lovely. Well,
I competitive in a good way, because I want all of us to do better. You know, it's not like I'm competitive. I want to beat you. I want to be better than you.
yes.
It's more like, I can do that. Yeah. And then maybe if I do this, hey, look what I'm doing. You know, I want us all to be amazing.
I understand you. Yes.
So, yeah.
All of us.
There's room for us all at the top.
Right. True.
Because then it won't be the top. It'll be level. And that'd be great.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, we'll let you go to your clay room.
Go to my clay. Get muddy.
Get muddy.
Go get dirty.
Get dirty. It was wonderful to have you tonight. Thank you very much for taking your time and talking to us and sharing with us your journey of life.
Thank you for being interested. I mean, I'm pretty honored that you asked. I find my life fairly boring.
No,
so
not at all. No, if anything, not boring. Not boring at all. Wonderful. You're a big inspiration for all of us with what you do.
And we want to go to the gallery. We're trying to go with some friends, bring some of our classmates to show them your art.
The new painting is much smaller. If you're gonna go, what I would tell you to do, well, please come and say hi on next Thursday. But I would really highly suggest getting down there like tomorrow if you can. I don't know if they're tearing down tomorrow or not, but if that painting is beautiful. And the phone, like the social media photos just don't do it justice. It is really beautiful. You can see it on my website though. It's called Dreaming with Frida. And that was my last painting. So.
And I saw that in Sobo's website, your painting is like first. So it's really good. The gallery's website.
Yeah, the gallery is amazing. It's good. It's a good gallery. And they like I said, they've been treating me so sweetly. That's so like very kindly. So, and I'm grateful to them. I fit in there well.
Great.
So.
Wonderful. Okay, go get dirty.
Go get dirty.
Hi, thank you so much for being here and for sharing your story. It's been so inspirational, and I love your art, and thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you. I really hope that maybe other blind or disabled people can just know that we can keep going. It's hard, but we can keep going and we can do what we want. We don't have to do what they say. Hey, because I was told by Blind Services, you can't be an artist. Like, watch me. Just watch me. So you need to do where your love is.
Right. Sure.
Life is too short not to.
Yep. Just keep going. Keep going.
Keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Yes. Okay. So I guess it's time to say goodbye. Thank you, everybody, for being with us. And I thank Libby again for this wonderful time, and I wish everybody a pleasant night. Good
Okay.
night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.